28th of May was when Peter Obi decided to leave the PDP. And why am I talking about Peter Obi? You recall that June 1st, just 3 or 4 days later, was when Peter Obi now joined the party formally. Of course, came with him a layer of obedience of his supporters called Obidients. And there were a lot of questions on the left that nobody should even be in that Labour Party again because Peter Obi is in the Labour Party. The question is that, was the Labour Party formed by Peter Obi? The answer is no. The Labour Party was formed with the money of ordinary workers, with the sweat of Nigerian workers. Peter Obi only joined on June 1st, 2022. And when he came, we discovered that the Obidients were different from Obi. And I categorized the Obidients into 3 categories. Number 1 are the ethnic Obidients. These are elements that they have become dissatisfied with the entire contraption called Nigeria. And they felt that with their votes, they can vote an Igbo presidency. Of course, they cannot join the rural guerrilla warfare of IPOB and ESN, the rural Biafra for independent Biafra. So they felt, and most of them are domiciled in my constituency. People that have built 5 houses in Banana Island, 10 houses in Sobotedu. You think they go and join ESN to go and be shooting gun? No, they felt that they can use their voters card to punish, to answer the national question. Then the second category are the religious Obidients. Orthodox, Catholics, Pentecostals, Charismatics, and you don't forget that Jesus Christ of the Bible even said, upon upon this rock will I build my church, and the gate of hell will not prevail against it. And then Peter to be, so they just felt that Peter is the person to vote for, based on the Muslim bigotry of the Buhari regime. Now, this has been the 3rd category of the Obidients, and the other called the class conscious Obidients. Those ones have become dissatisfied with the PDP and the APC, not knowing that the PDP and APC are just identical twins, Siamese twins, and they are looking for a party which should punish both the Siamese twins. Now, those are the 2 currents I've outlined. The national question answers catalyzed around Obi. Unfortunately, to the right, because Peter Obi himself is a right-wing element, and we must not fail to pinpoint that. He does not in any way represent a break from the mainstream capitalist politicians in this country. But of course, a movement are catalyzed around him. The Obidients themselves, as I've outlined to you, are different from Obi. They are change-seeking Nigerian young people and workers who are looking for a way out of the doldrums of capitalism. So we decided to engage in a conversation with them and all that. And we were able to recruit 1 or 2 of them. So we continued our campaign. And given the focus of our campaign is that the NSAS report of Lagos State government is that it's not the panel, the white paper of the governor, is that they should not put the mess of NSAS or the massacre on them. That the thing is a federal government that ordered people to the toll gates. Now, where can we go but to approach the federal government, if not National Assembly? So we felt that we should continue that agitation within the Labour Party. So now, elements like Adios Ata that was now eventually declared came at that time. I hosted them at Piccadilly Hotel in Ajah, in the Lagos Federal Constituency, and we welcomed them to the party. We didn't shut the doors of the party to disobedience. We took time to explain to them that they are welcome to the struggle, that the struggle does not end at the level of Obi. At the same time, after my primary of May 27, 2022, the Labour Party bureaucrats, that is the persons of Julius Abure, the national chairperson, and the Umar Farouk, national secretary, refused to submit my name because they know who we are. In fact, the day I did April 21, 2022, when I did my swearing, they contacted Professor Amarida. Where did you meet all these
radicals?
In fact, revolutionary elements who have come to the party. That the ticket of the party is for those who can pay and all those things. And eventually,
who can pay money?
Yes.
Okay.
The highest bidders. That is the ticket of the parties are always been for highest bidder. Check it out from 2002 to 2022. But what they refer to know is that the Electoral Act 2022 has a radical provision, and that's the handiwork of our campaign in the Alliance of Civil Society for Expansion of Electoral Space, which I co-led with Ayo Ademiluyi, who is now late. May God bless his soul. So we coordinated a campaign that the electoral house should contain those provisions. Our provision is that a candidate that participated in the primary shall be the candidate that should be forwarded to INEC. Before, you can just be in where we are now, you just call any national chairman of any party and say, Mr. A, I need the ticket of 80,000 and you can pay 250 million and they will just put your name, just call your name to INEC. But no, the electoral house says the candidate that did primaries is the candidate that we submitted to INEC. And that candidate can only be substituted if only he has died or he voluntarily withdraws himself or herself from that list. I have not died. I am A and Eddie. And centuries to come, I'm still going to be alive to fulfill the mandate.
Centuries.
I mean,
Okay.
to fulfill the mandate of my existence. Now, I have not also voluntarily withdrawn. No, we are in court against Labour Party and INEC, trying to get a compelling order for Labour Party to publish our name to INEC. Then, of course, the national legal adviser of the party came and gave an olive branch. We felt that we should both join Labour Party and sue INEC. We will do that case before Justice Rigim and filed another case, Labour Party and others versus INEC before Justice Aneke federal court. Because when we are there, we haven't done the matter to judgment. That someone now appeared and said, the judge now said, there are people that came the day before we came, before the day of judgment, and said that they are also Labour Party and others. It was there and then we discovered the name of Ata Thaddeus Ashif.
So are you alleging that there was no other primary aside the one you participated in?
Yes. Now India, it was when we now opened their documents that we now saw that they said they are substitution candidates. Who did you substitute? Even on the football field, if you want to do a substitution, they will raise your number, then you come out, and then another person will come in. Who did you substitute? They did not tell us. And INEC even wrote them a letter in which INEC told them that you cannot substitute again because there's an electoral calendar. The only valid primary that could have been done was in May. They now said they did the substitution primary in August. And they forwarded the name to INEC. INEC did not even answer them. So they went to now we now discover they now exhibited a court of appeal judgment of Abuja. They went to Federal High Court Abuja. Federal High Court did not give them favorable judgment, trying to get the same order we are asking for. And then Court of Appeal Abuja, I don't know how they did it, they got the judgment. When we saw that, we went to the Supreme Court to overturn that judgment. But based on some technical issues, the Supreme Court said we should withdraw, that they already outside on the 14 days to do the matter. We withdrew. Now, the question is that 2-3 days to the election, there were now appeals arising to the Supreme Court from the matter we did at Federal High Court Lagos by two different appellants within the camp of the Ata Ashif people on Lagos West and Ojo. Now, when there's this doctrine in law that when there's a social matter on any matter whatsoever, and now in this case the Supreme Court, all actions should be stayed on the matter. Now that's why you discover that the logo of the Labour Party was not displayed on the Lagos Central ballot paper. Lo and behold, on the day of election 25th, Labour Party won the election. The constituents, and I must salute the constituents of Etiosa, they came out en masse to punish the brain behind Lekki massacre, SARS killings. They stood despite harassment by thugs, by all kinds of assailants, and they were able to deliver more than 24,000 votes to our party. Now, having delivered that mandate is for the party. Now, who is the rightful beneficiary of that mandate? I want to say categorically that my humble self, Ayo Ademiluyi, is the rightful beneficiary of that mandate. And you ask me why? Why is because I am the bona fide candidate that emerged from the valid primary held within the ambit of law for that seat. That is our simple argument. And why your second question is that why am I now?
Why now?
Why now? Why now is because
if the party had lost, would you still be out to be saying this?
There's a Roman proverb. No, let me answer part A of your question Part B. Why now is because the fact is that this is the time the INEC has now committed an illegality, and that illegality have to be redressed. That is the answer to that. Now, if the party had lost, what would have been our position? We would be in the tribunal because the party could only have lost by rigging. People came out en masse, and that is why on the 25th of, on the 18th of March, the APC elements brought out talks to intimidate supporters of our party. They brought out phobia, they brought out everything. In fact, the police, the top echelon of the Nigerian police force was told to look the other way. MC Oluwomo is still walking the streets free as I speak to you. That's why making very highly vociferous, igbophobic statements. Those statements are only capable of international crimes. They are genocidal crimes. And he's still walking the streets of Lagos free. Bayo Onanuga, who made 3 tweets, spokesperson of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the so-called president-elect, is still walking the streets free. Of course, you know that the mandate of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu itself is really being challenged, both not only in court of law, I mean the tribunal, but even the court of public opinion, because the question is that you cannot put legality on illegality. So the struggle has to be waged now. That mandate, I am the subjective expression of that mandate. The voters that came out of that day voted against Lekki massacre. I was the co-counsel to the NSAS protesters. The Lekki toll gate, they voted against Lekki toll gates, and I was the secretary of the New Nigeria Network that coordinated a movement against the reopening of the Ikoyi Lekki toll plaza in 2022. You remember? Just early 2022. Yeah. We coordinated scientifically,
but
a legal and political resistance.
Are you not considering, I mean, a peaceful resolution of this with the person so declared winner, since it's just an intra-party issue?
Well, I want to revert you to the words of a philosopher that says that the peace of the graveyard is only a fragile peace. Now, upon what terms are we going to
I am asking this question because, sincerely speaking, if not because of all of these people who eventually flocked into the party, it would have been difficult for you, and of course you made a lot of effort.
I disagree.
So, okay.
I disagree with you that if
your mobilization alone perhaps would not have been enough.
No, I disagree with you.
Okay.
I disagree with you to the extent that I have analyzed to you the undercurrents up to May in the party that were moving and circulating in the social space was that anger against the oppression of the youth, the NSAS wave, then the national question wave.
I understand.
Naturally, if the left in this country had catalyzed those forces properly within the Labour Party, don't forget that the official left, and I want to call them out, the T-PAN, the left congregated around the T-PAN, the People's Alternative Political Movement. And I think at the time, Mr. Falana himself was being held upon to play that role. But it is to their historical guilt that up to May 21st, they stayed only 21 days in the party. They did not play that role. And then this pendulum, nation had burst vacuum. The pendulum swung to the left and to the right. And we did not concentrate on the crown of the monarchy. They wanted to run for presidency at all costs. And 30 people, already 6 people have already paid for presidential nomination tickets. Yeah. So 30 times 6, that was 180 million naira. So we decided to concentrate on Etiosa federal constituency for all the reasons in the world. It is the geodemographic space in which those two currents were playing out. The NSAS currents. So on the 25th of February, I represented the catalyzation of those two currents. Because I am the counsel to the NSAS protesters. I am a major figure in the NSAS movement, and the national question.
Okay, I understand that. I understand that part.
I represented the best catalyzation.
Okay, so but then in this instance now, are you the only person who was cheated? I mean, as in quote, Or are there other persons who also contested in the primaries for other offices who also feel the same way you are feeling? Or
Thank
are
you
you
so
alone?
much. I'm not alone. In fact, don't forget that in Lagos State, Labour Party won four federal House of Representatives seats. Though all the four winners are fake winners. I mean, they are not the original holders of that mandate. In fact, my colleagues.
Are they also going to court like you?
Yes,
Okay,
there
fine.
is the
But
case of Ojo federal
okay,
constituency.
so aside from those of you who are contesting for other offices, federal rep, senate, and all that, what about the presidency? Did Obi also not participate in the primary for presidency, or did the Labour Party also have a candidate for presidency from the initial primary before?
Thank you so much
the
for
win?
that question, because it was Amika Cabral that says that he made a statement that it is important to say the truth. You understand? Said fear. You were talking about not to be afraid and to say the truth as it is. Now, I've analyzed to you that up to May 28th, Mr. Peter Obi was in the People's Democratic Party. Now, the National Convention of the party was slated for 3rd of June 2022. Now, six aspirants have already paid 30 million naira into the coffers of the National Executive of the party as nomination forms. Mr. Peter Obi came on to the convention on June 1st. In fact, because of Mr. Peter Obi, the convention was moved from Asaba to Abuja. So, how the six other aspirants now step down for Mr. Peter Obi? Only Mr. Peter Obi can answer that
Where are
question.
those other aspirants?
They have, in the normal Nigerian political lingo, they have been settled. That is the truth. That is just the truth. Now, don't forget that there was a scenario of one of them who later came and said
So was there
they have
no
not been
other
properly
primary?
settled. The primary was not done on the floor of the National Convention.
Okay.
That's what happened. And there
there
and
were other
then,
people who ran
they are
against
now,
the law? Or was it
all
unanimous?
of them unanimously now adopted Mr. Obi as the presidential candidate of the party. Now,
But that means for the office of the presidency, that is ratified because no, there's no contention for Obi's candidacy as Labour Party. I just want to clear that. Or is there somebody still?
No, there is none.
Okay, good.
The best
So
of
it is
my knowledge.
only those of you who are contesting, who contested
Yes.
for House of Reps
House
and
of
other
Reps, exactly.
that have issues with the original candidate of the party.
Exactly.
Okay, fine. So we understand that you have already sued to court. What is the
Yes,
situation right now?
thank you so much. I was before Honorable Justice Lifu of the Federal High Court Lagos Division on that's 22nd of March, and the Labour Party was represented by one Abbas Ibrahim Esquire. Of course, we brought an application to amend our processes and all that. Mr. Adesina Ogunlana, my lead counsel, was in court, and the matter has now been adjourned to 27th of April for hearing of all the applications and the originating summons.
In a nutshell, you are suing your party.
Yes.
You are suing INEC.
Yes.
For okay, so that
The
means
suit has been on. The suit, in fact, was instituted in Abuja. It was instituted in Abuja, and then it was transferred from Abuja to Lagos. It has been on. Now, actually, it was even meant for hearing the last adjourned, but we sat down, my legal team sat down, we look at it. We felt we should add one or two things to it. So it has been so adjourned to 27th of April. I sued Labour Party. I sued INEC, and in that suit, I'm asking the court to so declare me as the candidate, as the valid candidate for it of federal constituency for the Labour Party.
so you are hoping to win this suit.
Yes, I'm very hopeful I will win. Now, why I've said I'm hopeful I will win that Nigeria, this Atta Chief Thaddeus claimed that even in the Court of Appeal judgment, claimed that he's a substitution candidate. Now, the electoral act says that for you to be a substitution candidate, the prior candidate must have died. So I've told you, I am alive, I'm kicking. Two, that person must have voluntarily withdrawn from the race, and he must come to the nearest INEC office to publicly say so on camera. Is the electoral act is so 2022 is so meticulous. So the question is that you can't put something or nothing, it cannot stand. Mr. Atta Chief, Mr. Julius Abure, Mr. Omar Farouk, the national chairman, national secretary of France, and this so-called candidate should come and show the whole world the particulars of the association. Where I voluntarily withdraw. Where is it? My certificate of death, and I've not died. They should present it so that the whole world can see that they have been washed free of all unrighteousness. But as far as we are concerned, we are determined. This mandate is a mandate of the NSAS movement. It's the mandate of the anti-Lekki toll gate movement. It's the mandate to call for justice. It's not just about trying to get into power. No, it's about the continuation of the NSAS struggle, and that's the point. So they cannot come and hoodwink that mandate overnight. People that voted wanted a political voice. I am that political voice that they voted for.
We hope for the best as we follow and monitor updates from the courts. And this is Barrister Ayo Ademiluyi. I just seated aside. I'm willing to also, if I have the chance, to meet Mr. Thaddeus Atta and every other person concerned in this matter. It's an open session for everybody to state their sides, and then the public is also welcome to also pass their comments on this matter. So thank you so much for your
It's a pleasure, Mr. Olo. It's a great pleasure.